You've probably heard a lot about selling courses online. You're probably wondering, what the heck is a course and what do I need to know about it? Well, I think there's something more important than courses, and what I want to do today is I want to share with you why I think you shouldn't bother selling courses and also introduce you to the idea of campuses. So let's get started. My name's James. We have a site called trainingsites.io. We teach people how to start, build, and grow their own education business online, and most specifically, how to create training sites and learning campuses. I came across this one little piece because we do lots of work with people who say, hey, I want to start selling courses. It's a great time to sell courses. Everyone's talking about selling courses. Should I do it? Well, you should really know what a course is and decide if what you want to do is actually sell courses or if there's something more. And this is really important now because with all of the changes that are happening with AI and ChatGPT and all these other names that you hear, it's fundamentally changing the way that we consume information as learners online. And there's some big changes happening in courses and this whole e-learning space, this whole education business space. So I want to cover some of that, and we're going to start by introducing the difference between what a course is, what a course isn't, and how that fits into that whole spectrum with all of the AI tool stuff. Okay, I've got my pencil here, my learning pencil, my whiteboard. Let's take a look, and we'll start with the word course. What the heck is a course? Where does this fit into everything, and should we work on courses? Now that kind of looks like a V, so let's try and make it a little more like a U. So is that better? Course. So people are talking about courses. What is a course? Most of the time now when we think about courses or we hear about courses, we hear about either a video, some text, maybe audio, but it's basically some information. And it's in a bunch of different formats, right? So we've got these multimedia formats available, but it's organized information, and it may be in the form of, some sections, some topics, some lessons. They may even have quizzes as part of them. Quiz to make sure that you understand the information. But you got a section, you've got a topic, a lesson. But we've got some structured or information, some structured material that's there. And it's organized in a way that allows you to teach someone how to do something, how to know something, but it's organized in a way that you can call it a course. And a lot of people are creating courses right now. And anytime that you see this where someone says, yeah, you can create a course. Absolutely, you can create a course. And it's always a great place to start. However, I think there's going to be a bit of a problem to that, and we'll get to that in another video. But if you're going to sell a course, or if you have a course, you've created one like this, the thing you have to figure out is, okay, I have my course. Where am I going to put it? And how am I going to sell it? So having the course is one thing, but being able to put it on a website or make it available to people is a completely different piece. And then how am I going to sell it online? If you're doing training, for example, where you're doing training that is unpurchased training, let's say it's for a company, or you're doing it internally for certifications, that kind of thing, you still have to put it somewhere, and you have to provide access to it based on some kind of rules. But you got the picture here. I've got my content. I need to put it on a website, and I need to be able to give people access to it, or be able to give people access to it after purchasing it. So that's kind of the basics, and that's where we are right now. And there's a couple ways of doing that, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Courses are pretty easy to actually sell right now, or a place to put them. If you have a standard WordPress site, you're going to have a WordPress site, and you're going to have an LMS plugin. And what an LMS is a learning management system or software. I never know which one it is, but it is a WordPress plugin that runs on your WordPress site, and it allows you to host the content and organize it in those lessons, topics, if you want to do quizzes and certifications and downloads and things, but it allows you to display or organize that information that you've created in terms of all that multimedia that we were talking about. So you got multimedia content here, and it's organized. So this is your course here. You've got a WordPress site. That's where it is. And then you're going to need some kind of way to take payments for that or give access to that. And in many cases, the access, whether again it's managed access just by letting people log in or something, or if we're giving it a paid, there's some plugins again that do that directly within WordPress. So you can sell courses with the actual LMS plugin. We use ones like Lifter LMS or LearnDash LMS. These are just WordPress plugins, but they give the ability to take payments. And if someone pays for a course or courses, they get access to that course or courses. And some of them you can even take, recurring payments or subscriptions or one-time payments. But you've got a situation where you've got the course now, you've got a place for host it, and you got a place to give access to it or sell it. And that's like a basic way to get started selling courses. And the thing with this is if we take a look at it, getting set up, it's pretty easy. It's one check mark, pretty easy stuff. In terms of creating the content, it's now pretty easy. There's all sorts of tools that will create content for you. And in fact, you can use, if you take a look at any of the AI tools like the ChatGPT and AI tools, you can actually now get them. They will create the course content for you. As long as you obviously give it some inputs and some prompts to get it started. But that is pretty easy stuff now. So you're in a position where you have courses, you can sell courses, you're all set to go. So place to start, but is that a campus? No, it's not a campus. So what comes after the course? If you have a course and you're selling one-off courses, you probably go, that's fine. But isn't there more than just that course content? What about if you have a course and then you have other content? And here's what I'm thinking. Let's say you have protected content, whether that's things like downloads, posts, any other content that's downloadable, templates, files, any of that extra stuff that's there, extra content. What do you do if you have courses and content? Well, normally what happens is when you have these things, you go, you know what? What I need is not a course site or a site for my courses. I need a membership site. So what that is that's the courses plus content and access. So it gives you access based on membership or membership levels to the course or courses and other content that you have protected on the site. So we got courses number 1, membership is number 2. So let's say you got a membership site, you got all this great stuff, and after a while you've got 100 members or 1,000 members who have registered for your course and started to download the other content that you have, protected area, they're members, and they may have some questions. And you may want to be able to say to them, hey, so-and-so that took this course might be interested in talking to someone who also took the same course. What happens after that? Well, the next thing you'll hear after a course site, So I'm just going to write this down again. So we've got a course site. Then we have a membership site. Then the next thing you hear is, well, I really want to have a community. I want to have a community site. So what's a community site and how does that kind of fit in? So if you get a membership site where you want to have the ability for people to have a member directory, for example, so they can see the other members and have member profiles. I'm just going to write down directory here, member directory. Let's say you want to have things like a discussion board. You want to have groups around particular topics. You want to have messaging amongst members. This is a community site. So a community site is courses plus membership site plus members being able to see who else is there. Think of it as your own private Facebook, but it's a community that's unique to your site, your business, and your courses. So you got course site, membership site, community site. Now, a community site, you don't have to be selling courses necessarily. You don't have to do that. You could just have a membership site and community site. But if you do want to sell courses, you do want to have a membership site, you do want to have a community, you can do that as well. And that's not quite a campus yet because there's something missing. And this is what it is. The next step after community is something that we call a campus. Now, right now, you're going to hear people talking about, well, you have courses, you need to have a membership site with a community. That's true, but it's not a learning or a teaching site. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about a campus, which is courses, memberships, community, and teaching. That's a campus. Those 4 pieces have to be in place for that to happen. And here's the difference, the big point that I kind of will talk about in another video. But right now, people are, if you're selling a course is information. A campus is teaching an outcome. All the courses, if you're starting off and you have a course site and you're creating courses, 99% of the courses you see, if it's just multimedia content, whether it be a video, slides, talking head, text, audio, any of those pieces, you're just regurgitating information. It's organized, it's into sections, into lessons, topics. You may have some quizzes, but you're just sharing information. You're not sharing an outcome. So that's really just, sharing is here. Teaching is here. Information and an outcome, 2 separate things. So a campus, the outcome is teaching and an outcome. A course is information and sharing. So what is the difference between a campus and a community, a campus and a membership site, or a campus and a courses? And the big thing is that the campus includes online courses, multiple courses, okay? Campus includes membership. So we got levels and types. Of members, it includes community. And this one, the next one, a campus, has a whole bunch of additional features. And what are the ones that you'll find in a campus? You're going to find things like gamification, a calendar, live events or blended learning, cohorts, find cohorts, course paths, learning paths. What are some of the other ones I wrote down? I think that's probably the big one. And the one that to kind of focus on here is this whole blended learning. If you don't know what blended learning is when you have an instructor also involved over and above just the information. So, and as much as you'd like to spend some time and go, okay, great, I have some courses, there are going to be questions. So community has discussion forums and groups, but there's going to be information that is required that is unique to the people taking the course. They're going to have questions. You're in a much better position in a campus if it has a facility for doing blended learning, where you're having live events, you're having live Q&As, you're doing live classes with people. You're actually teaching the information as opposed to just sharing it in a course. It's much easier to guarantee and promise an outcome knowing that you're working with the person towards not just sharing the information, but making sure that they get what they want and or need or what they signed up for at the start of it. It's one thing to say, look, if you watch this video, you're going to know how to do something. But if you say, if you watch this video and attend the classes and do the work and ask me for help, and I'll do my best to guide you, you will get this outcome. It will happen for you. So it's actually working with someone in a teaching situation as opposed to just doing an information dump that it's there. Difference between a course and a course site is just, hey, here's my information. A campus has all of these additional pieces in between, which include membership and also community. And I think there's a huge value here. So if you're considering what you're going to do with your business, your education business, think about it. Am I really, do I just want to kind of share some information, my experiences? That's fine. Go for it and do it. Have a course and a course site. But understand that if you're going to want to do something with a community and membership levels and actually build out a campus, there's some other pieces and other things that you got to think about. Not only in how you set up your business, but also how you set up your courses. Because it's not about sharing information at that point, it's about teaching outcomes. So think about that. When someone says, hey, what do you want to do with your website and your business? Just say, I want to be online. I want to create and sell courses. Pretty easy. You can do that pretty straightforward now. If you want to build an education business, you're going to need a campus. You need a place to learn and a place to teach and a place to share and a place to interact with the people. They're going to be your customers, your students, and your members. Okay, so think about that. I also want to think in the back of your head, if I'm going to be creating courses or I want to teach, how does ChatGPT and all these AI tools fit into it? That's what we'll cover in the next video. This is James speaking from trainingsites.io. Take a visit, sign up for free, become part of our community, take some of our information courses, and we'll guide you to some of the online learning, teaching, and campus tools that we have available to you there. Take care. Expect the best.